Hello, this is the Liberty Sphere Report. I'm Anthony G. Martin. In my column at Examiner.com, I have been doing a series on the push by the present regime in Washington to develop and implement a big government, big corporation conglomerate, which by definition is a facet of fascism. When big government and big corporations enter into co-ownership agreements or cavort together to consolidate centralized power at the expense of the liberties of individual citizens, this is fascism. Precisely what Benito Mussolini did in Italy and what Adolf Hitler did in Germany prior to and during World War II. The groundwork has already been laid by the Obama administration and the Democratic Congress. The government controls most of the large investment firms on Wall Street, and that includes banks. The government controls GM and Chrysler. The government now controls the U.S. healthcare system, and the Obamacare law that just passed gives the federal government enormous power over the U.S. healthcare system. The government already controls the housing and mortgage market with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And now Obama wishes to control the energy industry with a taxation scheme called cap and trade, even though the minions in Congress have already changed the name of it. This will supposedly reduce carbon emissions, but that is only an excuse. It is actually designed to enhance government control over energy production, causing gas, electricity, and fuel bills to skyrocket to $3,000 per year more than Americans are now paying for their energy. And the regime in Washington, of course, continues to use the discredited global warming mantra as an excuse to push for it, although the idea of man-made global warming has been thoroughly debunked as a scam of draconian proportions. But the one last remaining aspect of human life in America that Obama needs to control in order to have his coup, his complete domination over all citizens, is the communications industry. He has plans for that too, and that plan has been kicked up into high gear of late. Obama wants to use the internet to now be considered a public utility, like an electric company, so that he can control and tax those who use it. He also wants data collected and stored on all citizens. He has already stated that the Constitution does not recognize any right to privacy when it comes to internet communication. Thus, emails can be read, medical records can be obtained, and anything you write online, either in email, chat rooms, in private messages, or on websites and blogs, will be recorded and stored in a national database and kept for years into the future. Why? Why are they up to these things? Well, if you do some digging on the terms Government 2.0, the Summit Series, Data.gov, and similar initiatives being promoted by the Obama administration to the brightest and best minds in communications technology all over the world, you will begin to understand the end game. The goal, as they have stated themselves, is to reinvent government, to reshape the very nature of government using the internet. I have written extensively about this at Examiner.com. Just go to the Examiner.com website, type in my name, Anthony G. Martin, in the search box at the top of the page, and that will take you directly to my site, Conservative Examiner. And there you will find a series of articles on this very thing. In order for these totalitarian tyrants to accomplish complete government control over our lives, they must control communications. This they will do by not only controlling the internet, social networking sites such as Twitter and Facebook, search engine conglomerates such as Google, but they must also collect data on all citizens, data that could be used against them in the event of, quote, civil unrest. Far-fetched, you say? Think again. They've already started doing it. The government, in a trial run of this data collection apparatus, collected personal information, email addresses, and comments made by ordinary citizens on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and blogs, all without our knowledge or consent. The ones who collected the information admit that they did it, and they do not believe that the Constitution applies to them. We have no privacy, according to these techno-terrorists. Of course, the convenient excuse that is always used by totalitarians for implementing these intrusive governmental programs is national security, or terrorism, or for the good of the citizens. But when information like this falls into the wrong hands of malevolent forces, such as we now have in this administration, that data collection can be used to coerce citizens into submitting to whatever big government wishes to do, whether we like it or not, and whether it's constitutional or not. Thus, anyone who is critical of Barack Obama is automatically suspect. Tea Party activists are tagged as potential homegrown terrorists. Speak a word that is even vaguely critical of Barack Obama, and you will find yourself on somebody's watch list in Washington. You will be surveilled. Is this the United States of America, my friends? Or are we back in the communist Soviet Union or Nazi Germany? These things do not belong in a free republic in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This has been the Liberty Sphere Report. I'm Anthony G. Martin.